Golden Week is over, which means we now have a new chapter of Eden Zero. Okay, so we start back off right where we left off with Rebecca in the Ring of Fire. She obviously just jumps out of it because that's what she can do, thanks to Cat Leaper. The clown starts clapping and killing her bravo, and then he then fires more Ring of Fires at her, which she of course just jumps and hops through acrobatically, and just knees Clown directly in the face, and sends him flying into a bunch of like party boxes and gifts. Clown then realizes that her strong point is her speed, so he decides to take it away by electrifying the floor. She's of course zapped like crazy, and she starts freaking out until she just jumps onto some curtains. She then calls him a cheater for doing that, and he said, well, it's standard strategy to take away your opponent's best weapon. He then starts juggling and chucking swords at her as she's trapped on the curtains, so she has to jump from curtain to curtain, trying to avoid getting stabbed. And he comments again that she would make a great acrobat. So while Rebecca's basically pinned down because she can't touch the floor and she's got swords being thrown at her, Peanut realizes the only way Rebecca's going to survive this is if they help her and Happy. So she then asks Rebecca to break the cage. Rebecca then catches one of the swords with her feet. Clown comments that that's very unladylike, and she just chucks it. She actually imbues the sword with her ether gear and actually just chucks it at the cage, shattering it. Clown basically calls Peanut and Happy mascots and say that they can't do anything to help her. And then Peanut says, I have an EMP. And then Clown says, all of us Dark Stars have anti-EMP inside of us. There's no way your power is going to work. But she wasn't aiming for him. She's aiming for the electrified floor. So she does. She turns it off, tells Rebecca it's off. Rebecca then jumps down, grabs Happy, and then starts to gun down Clown. Clown responds by basically pulling out a fucking machine gun from his wrist and starts blowing away at Rebecca. Of course, she's faster, so she dodges. Peanut, still the brains of the three of them, is able to analyze that Clown's weak point is the back of his neck, so Rebecca uses her speed to jump over him and blast him in the neck. All three of them believe that Clown has now been defeated, but obviously he hasn't used his dress equipped yet, so while they're all celebrating, he then starts to stand up and comments that, okay, you're not as weak as I thought you were, I'm going to take you seriously now. He then equips his combat dress, it's called Nightmare Clown, and he basically goes from Pennywise from 1980s to Pennywise of 2020. Finally activates an ability called Pleasant Nightmare, which basically creates a black mist that eats Rebecca. My guess it's probably another pocket dimension that he's able to send people to, in which case Peanut will of course be the one to figure out how to get Rebecca back, because out of the three of them, Peanut is the smartest. He targeted Rebecca because she had the strength to fight against him, but he apparently didn't realize that she only had the strength to fight against him because, once again, Peanut was there to basically help her and tell her what to do, how to fight, where to go, which is pretty standard for Peanut. She seems to be the one that guides everyone. This isn't really uncommon for the androids that, the Shining Stars that were created by Ziggy. Hermit and Witch also have a tendency to guide the others. Well, Witch not anymore, but when she was alive, she used to guide them all the time and know what to do and how to do it. So this makes perfect sense that Peanut has that such of intelligence and ability to do so. So yeah, I think Peanut is going to save Rebecca, and then Rebecca's going to finish off Clown. I really do like villains with broken abilities and who are just super strong, because when it comes down to a super strong character, you just have to overpower them with your own strength, right? With characters with broken abilities, you have to figure out how they're doing it, and then basically figure out the weakness that allows you to undo what they're doing, or fight up against it in some way. So far, that's been done pretty well in Eden Zero. You have the liquid ability of crying, and then you have the wind ability that turned people into wind, and all kinds of weird shit that was happening. So this is no different from that. It's just another ability that allows you to basically beat your enemy without having to actually beat them. So as long as you figure out the weakness, figure out how it works, you can basically overcome it. So it's basically who's smarter, who's more clever. And I really do enjoy a fight like that. And with Peanut there, I definitely believe that she's the best person to do it, to figure out how it works and how to undo it. So I can't wait to figure out how this ability works and how to undo it. I can't wait for next week. Oh, and just as a reminder, just in case anyone forgot from last week, the government is coming with all of their best forces, so there's about to be a giant war that's about to take place. So these are just preliminary fights. This will most likely be the biggest battle we've seen so far in the series once everyone shows up. But hey, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, give a thumbs up, so you can enjoy more Eden Zero and other anime things. Thank you, and have a great day.